Hello everybody, so it is 6:15 in the morning. I'm officially here at Cardiff International Pool, ready for the first swim, and yeah, thanks to good friend Linda Murray. She's been kind enough to pick me up and bring me here today, just because, like typical fashion, when you're about to do something, a million things go wrong. So unfortunately, both of my cars are out of action. One of them's overheating, the other one's had its engine light turned on, and yeah, so luckily Linda's kind of offered to help me and give me a lift to the pool and lift to the beach this week, and the rest of the time I'm obviously riding and running. So yeah, but here it is. Hopefully a nice empty pool so we can get a fast swimming, but unfortunately I can't get any footage of me actually swimming, but you'll have the before and afters, right? So hopefully I'll be able to get some good footage over the entire kind of 10 days and be able to showcase the journey as best as I possibly can. But yeah, enjoy. So that's the swim done. So unfortunately, when I was in the pool, I didn't know if my goggles had recorded one of the turns because it wasn't showing up. Turns out it did, but it meant I swam an extra 100 meters. So this morning I swam 3,900 meters at a 2:11 per 100 pace. It took me 1:25:31 to do it in, and kept my heart rate an average of 136. Stroke rate was 46, and the amount of calories was 1,108 calories burnt. It's great to have a few people in the pool today, which was really nice. And so shout out to Jason, shout out to Mark for being in the pool and wish me well, and shout out to Dan for coming and saying hello, although we didn't speak. I gave him a cheeky wave. And then also massive shout out to Linda for giving me a lift here and getting some content whilst we were in the pool, and also giving me a lift home. So yeah, literally gonna get some liquid calories in, get some food in, and then be on my way home, ready to get changed again on my bike. Officially out on the bike course. Literally just started. This is the main road where I will be starting and looping round. And yeah, a little bit later than I wanted. Kind of anticipated the turnaround and to be out on the bike for 8:30. It's currently 8:49, so less than ideal, but I think it's probably quite realistic for future days, and especially the weekend. The weekend is probably going to be the longest turnaround, just because this open water swim setting from Barry Island back to mine and so on, and it's going to be a little harder to navigate, if you know what I mean. But yeah, grateful for everybody so far, grateful for the support, and grateful to be able to do this in the first place. Thank you very, very much for the donations. It's incredible receiving so much. Before I've started, you know, and it just makes me believe that the 10,000 target is well and truly possible, but just need help sharing it and getting it out there, you know. So yeah, if you're watching and you haven't, please can you? Links in the description. And also, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, please become a part of the community. Love to have you here, and I hope you enjoy this video. Enjoy. So I just started the first big climb. It's 1.94 kilometers long, and it's just over 100 meters ascent. So currently at 6%, goes all the way up to about 14%, and got to do this 3 times, like all the hills 3 times, but the tough ones are typically this one and the last one. They're the tougher, if you will. They kind of dip into the red and stuff, but yeah, luckily, because of the summer holidays, the roads are quiet at the moment, so I'm hoping it stays that way all the way through, to be honest. So yeah. So it's always reassuring when your Garmin flashes up your performance status, and it comes up and says, oh, your performance at the moment like is fair, and it's -4. It's always reassuring when it's day 1 bike ride 1. But yeah, so the first hill has just been done, now in a 5-mile lane between the A48 and Barry. So it's a nice descent on this, and then hopefully get my average back up. It's going to be interesting 10 days, I tell you now, because that hill is so humid that you end up glasses steamed up and sweating already, and sun's coming out, which is amazing. But yeah, it just shows what's to come. It's going to be a really interesting week, a really interesting journey, one of which I'm really looking forward to, but also I'm under no illusion that this is going to be easy. It's going to be the toughest thing I've ever done, and it's going to take everything and more to get it done. But really looking forward to the journey. If anyone who is watching has done anything similar, please reach out, let me know. I'd love to kind of compare and contrast and talk experiences, and yeah, just share tips, ready for the next crazy lot. Want to give it a go. But yeah, so far it's not bad. climb number 2, coming up to the end of the 5 mile lane into Barry. Then I'm going to head right across the road, head towards the airport, around the back of the airport, out to St. Athens kind of way, if you will. But yeah, it's not bad at the moment. It's quite peaceful, to be honest, if anything. Just saw a couple of cyclists, nice elderly couple, out on a nice adventure, which is always nice. Gives me a lot of hope, that does. You know, that's going to be me one day. Fingers crossed. But yeah, it's not a bad climb, this. It's just quite smooth, if you will. And there's a nice cycle path, if you can see. So, not too bad. My only worry about it is because of the stones and everything, and debris gets brushed up off the road onto here. I don't want any tyre issues, if you know what I mean. Touch wood. But yeah, goal is to pretty much keep the heart rate as low as possible. Just drop down a few gears. And focus on longevity, if you will. Now, like with a swim this morning, it means potentially, now normally I'm anything between a 105 and a 115 hour Ironman swimmer. Today was 124, kept the heart rate kind of ideally under 140. I think it maxed out at 145 at one point. Kept the pace low between 2 minutes per 100 and 2:15, and kept the solid average, which naturally drops the pace, just because, again, longevity for this sort of challenge. And then yeah, hardest thing I think is going to be the nutrition. Having to eat and drink this much for this long is going to be the real challenge, especially real food. I don't know how Ross Edgley does it with his 10,000 calories a day. Guy's a machine. But I'm not there yet in regards to my nutritional uptake. But yeah, hill's pretty much done. Coming up to the roundabout now, and then it's right up a small climb and then out towards the airport. Boom.
Set the table when I'm eating my supper, eating my supper, eating my supper. Set the table when I'm eating my supper, eating my supper.
Let's go. Tip top, the tip off the rock steady. Tick tock, the game clock to get ready. Gun cock, the shots off the key block. The trash talked in the whole room looking at me. When I move, the whole room will bounce with me. Vroom vroom, the wheels up to my city. Octane, the fast lane, the bang bang, go insane and they insane with me.
Set the table when I'm eating my supper, eating my
Last big climb. Currently 1.78, I believe. And it's, give me a second, totally in the wrong gear. There we go. Sweet. Almost caught me out. Yeah, currently 8%, but it's like gradual, like stairs. So goes up a bit, flattens out, goes up a bit, flattens out, all the way up. And then at the moment it's 9%, 60 meters elevation, 60 remaining. So not too bad. First half of the course is much slower than the second half of each loop. Now based on current pace, what it took me to do 30k, I'm thinking it's probably going to take me about 2.5 hours per loop, which, to be honest, if that's the case, I'm quite happy with. I'll take 7.5. I don't really want to do kind of 8.5 hours. A couple of things that I've found is that there's roadworks, so there's about 3 sets of traffic lights, like temporary traffic lights with traffic behind them, which have slowed it down a little, which naturally I was never going to know about. So it just is what it is. But as long as I can keep it under 8 hours, I'll be happy. I'm going to push and aim for a 5-hour marathon. That's roughly 7:15 per kilometre. So if I can keep it around 7 minutes per kilometre, then should be doable. Certainly train for that. So hoping to maintain and just keep ticking on, keep fueling. But I think the run is going to be where it takes the most out of me naturally and stuff. But yeah, it's certainly getting warmer, which is unexpected. It's meant to be overcast all day, and meant to be an interesting week. Saturday, at the moment, we've got thunder and lightning, so I don't know what's going to happen there. And obviously, if it is thunder and lightning in the morning, I may very well have to wait until the pool is open, which I really don't want to do. But we're going to take each day as it comes and push on as normal. But yeah, so far it's beautiful. There's some incredible houses. I'll show you on the next loop. This little section, you go through this little town, and it's just beautiful, you know. Haven't been out there in a good while, so you forget, don't you? But gonna have lots of time to look around naturally. So currently taking it all in and utilising gratitude to get it done. Whew. So 2 hours, 33 minutes, 34 seconds, and we're on the second loop. If I can maintain this all the way through, I will be a very happy guy. But yeah, so far so good. Back out to hit those climbs, out round by the airport, and as you can probably hear, it's quite windy. Got a headwind for the first section, and naturally making it a little harder, but you never know, tomorrow might be in my favour, and I have a tailwind, so enjoying it. There is a lovely section from about 45k to about 55k where they have laid down kind of new country road, and it is absolute heaven. Such a nice section. So if I've got anything to look forward to this week, it will be fresh new tarmac. So focusing on the little things, staying up with food and hydration, which is Well, I've got a combination of like real food, precision fuel and hydration stuff, like gels, carbon electrolyte mix, as well as the electrolyte tablets. And yeah, so far so good. Lap 2, here we come. It's take 2 on the first big climb. Country lanes are incredibly beautiful. The only problem is every so often there's either a bus or a car or a tractor, but other than that, incredibly peaceful. As the majority of these houses are absolutely beautiful. But yeah, literally got 84 meters of elevation left. I've done 42. It's currently 5%, so it's not too bad. And goes back up to 14. So yeah, it's probably the toughest climb of the day. The others really aren't too bad, to be honest. Haven't experienced them and done them already this morning. So yeah, it's just this initial climb, to be honest with you. A lot more humid than I thought it was going to be as well, given the fact that it said it was going to be overcast all day and the temperature had dropped, but honestly it doesn't feel like it. Whew. But yeah, keeping it going. So as you can probably hear, the headwind is kicking my ass all along from the airport all the way to St. Athens and towards Ogmore. Currently pushing 21.8 kilometers an hour. I'm pushing out 233 watts. And yeah, it's making me work for it. But beautiful views. Just a lot tougher than I kind of need, ideally. So earlier I said about this beautiful little village, and coming here, so stunning, absolutely stunning. But heading to Cow Bridge now, and onto the faster section, if I can call it that. The wind along the coast is really brutal, currently 92 kilometers in 4 hours, so not looking like it's going to be a fast one at all. But here we go. Knew it's going to be long days, so fully prepared for stuff. Coming in and food, shower, bed. So yeah. Officially 2 laps down. Had to stop off at the house for a second just to get more water. Whilst I was there, used the loo and freshened up, looking fabulous. But no, basically refilled the hydration pack and got straight back out basically. So off now, got literally one more loop. Bike Garmin says 5:31, didn't pause it whilst I stopped just because I want a total time and so on. And then I'm looking at roughly 2.5 hours, so it should be done coming up to 5 o'clock. So yeah, roughly on target in regards to what I thought it would be. Hello everyone. So currently on the last climb, and got 34 meters ascent to go, 837 meters I'll have to climb, and there's currently a car behind. About 10 minutes ago I had one of the closest calls like I've had in a good long time. His truck just didn't see me and literally almost squished me, man. Honestly, it was like so fucking close. Honestly made me question this whole thing, man. Don't know whether it's adrenaline or not, but it's proper shook me up. Fuck me. Proper emotional. Genuinely thought I was a goner. Genuinely. Glad to get off the bike today. Super close. Officially on the run. Had to have a bit of a moment in the house just because of everything that happened on the bike. So basically I was coming down one of the main roads, coming up to the turn in that you take to kind of go to the back end of Cowbridge, and so I was on that road. I'll show it to you when I edit the video. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, and basically this giant truck, construction truck, just didn't see me, just come out and basically just put a fear of God in me. You know, and like bruised all my hand, taking some skin off my hands where I pulled the brake so freaking hard, like, and literally just by the grace of God just squeezed through this tiny gap between this pole, this grass verge and this truck. You know, tyres are as big as I am on the bike, you know, and generally thought I was a goner, you know. Generally thought I was a goner, so got a bit emotional, like, you know, when I got home. And on the bike ride, I had to, after I spoke to you, I kind of had to pull over and phone my partner and everything, and just needed to hear a voice, you know, and had a cry on the phone to her. And then again when I got home, because saw her, saw the kids, and yeah, just so took a moment which so it's grateful for and needed, but it's just obviously making this day longer. It's all it's done, you know. It's important to take that moment. It's just because I needed it, but this marathon is going to take the rest of the day basically. So long one ahead, but just like my kids and my partner said to me, like, you know, it's really important to take one day at a time, one moment at a time. Whoa, I gotta crack this out. I'll see you in a bit. So first 10k's done. Just walking the elevation back to basically my house, purely because I don't know whether it's the adrenaline from earlier or what, but my heart rate keeps going sky high, so I'm gonna have to walk it to keep it down and keep it low, because it's just jumping up to top of zone 5. So first one was slow, an hour and 24 minutes, which is super bloody slow. But I walked the first 2k just because I was talking to you guys and uploading shorts and reels just to let you know what's kind of going on, and also just give me a bit of time to decompress. But I'm gonna pop in the house for a second, use the loo, because I feel like with everything going on, it's messed with my stomach a little bit. So jump in there, change my shorts just because these ones are rubbing, and then I'll be back out, 3 laps to go. So it's funny, I always thought the emotional one was going to be the last one, not the first one. The first one was meant to be the easy one, but just shows when you have a plan, you know, life has a different plan, doesn't it? First the cars, then a big ass truck, and then everything else. So yeah, but pushing on, fighting on, and overcoming. So yeah, So I'll speak to you in a bit.
Set the table when I'm eating my supper, eating my supper, eating my supper. Set the table when I'm eating my supper, eating my supper.
Let's go. Tip top, the tip off, the rock steady. Tick tock, the game clock to get ready. Gun cock, the shots off, the key lock. The trash talked in the whole room looking at me. When I move, the whole room will bounce with me. Vroom vroom, the wheels up to my city. Octane, the fast lane, the bang bang, go insane and they insane with me.
Set the table when I'm eating my supper, eating my supper, eating my supper. Set the table when I'm eating my supper, eating my supper.
San Francisco sitting, Tokyo dripping, overtime dripping, stacks. Natural killing, butterfly giving, under a minute flat. I got a gold clock with a white body and a gold rock on my right wrist. No one do it like this, no one do it like me, no one do it like that. Dance in the ring, everybody want a ticket.
So officially halfway there. I want to say a big shout out to Jack for coming out on and doing a loop for me. He only came out to see how I was doing, and then heard about everything. Went home, got his pregnant wife, came back, and then ran a loop with me. So massive appreciation. And then just behind me on the bike, I've got Linda. Also massive appreciation. But yeah, currently in the hurt locker, got half marathon to go. Stomach I can only put down to the kind of like fight or flight response, but I swear it's gone into spasm because it's absolutely killing. And yeah, so it's taking it's making it harder to take on fluids, take on my gel, and making it harder to run, because obviously I feel a little bit kind of like sunstroked, if you will, where stomach's a bit sensitive, tank feels empty, and honestly it's surprised me massively how hard day one has been, because it's not my first Ironman, you know, and yet it feels like my first. So yeah, we'll say bye to Jack and then carry on with fat free.
Set the table when I'm eating my supper, eating my supper, eating my supper. Set the table when I'm eating my supper, eating my supper. Set the table when I'm eating my supper, eating my supper, eating my supper. Set the table when I'm eating my supper, eating my supper.
Start slow, build bigger.
So first of all, thanks for watching my video so far. Thank you for all of the kindness, all of the support, the donations. We raised £1,350, and your support and kindness throughout has been incredible, even to this point. It's currently Sunday. It's taken me this long to make this video. I started editing this video Wednesday, and it's just been really real, really raw. I've been totally dysregulated with kind of my ADHD and my whole mindset. For those who are wondering what happened and haven't seen any of the posts that I've put on the YouTube channel, any of the reels that I've kind of posted throughout, or those who don't follow me on Instagram, unfortunately, when I was on my third lap on the bike, I was heading into Cowbridge on the roads that you've seen on the map that I put up there, then unfortunately a kind of industrial lorry, like a 2-ton lorry, pulled out of a junction and missed me by inches, maybe half a foot at max, to the point where I kind of felt the wind between me and the truck literally brush they're kind of like an inch away from my arm. It felt like it literally kind of brushed the hairs on my arm and on the cheek of my face, and just put me into shock, you know. I got hit by a car back in 2016 and was literally half a foot away from the back wheel when I got side struck. And even then I didn't feel like I was going to die. I just took it on the chin. I even rode home, and I was 2 hours away from my house, and trained a client before that, like, you know, and then ended up in kind of getting treatment the following day, and ended up in hospital literally shortly after that for 2 weeks, and still didn't feel scared, still didn't feel like I was going to die. But for whatever reason, this time, as I was approaching this lorry, I just felt, this is it. It generally felt like I was going to die, and it's taken a lot of processing. It's taken a lot of kind of conversations and a lot of work. I kind of have been doing daily therapeutic practices and talking a lot, and kind of somatic practices where trying to ground my body to kind of remove the stress and the trauma from my body, which for me as a person is massive in regards to the trauma I carry anyway. But it's been really tough, you know. It's been hard processing, not only having to stop the DECA, for now anyway, but also come to a kind of a reality that I'm very aware that obviously I'm still here, but I've never felt that feeling before. I never felt that I was kind of going to die in that moment, and that's been a real struggle to kind of deal with, you know. I'm going to create a separate video where I go into depth with that, but basically what has happened, because in my original car accident I herniated 3 discs in my lower back. I also tore my LCL on my right knee, and tore some of my rotator cuff muscles in my right shoulder. Everything has healed except my back, and in October last year I was kind of seeing a number of doctors and a number of medical teams between October and kind of January, February time, where I was getting checked for prostate cancer and a number of other different things, just because certain kind of levels and tests and stuff were kind of aiming towards that way. But it turns out that my herniated discs are pressing on certain nerves that are causing certain problems, that are kind of causing all those issues and so on, which is why I stopped training so much back then. But because of me bracing so much coming up to this lorry, it kind of has caused my lower back to go into spasm. Now, initially on the run, it was kind of showing up through kind of stomach pain on my left hand side, and then on kind of lap 3 it kind of really came around the back and kind of triggered my lower back. And for those who have ever had back pain or kind of any sort of neural pain or discomfort will know that there's a point in which you get to where you just know that if you go past it, you're just being silly. You know, for me, I knew the decision that I had to make, and unfortunately this was it. It wasn't the fact that the day hadn't really gone to plan. You know, it wasn't necessarily the fact that I was kind of shaken up or anything like that. It was just purely because of my back pain, and by no means does this mean that I won't kind of go again. It just means that right now I need to take care of my lower back and get it strong, rehab it correctly, get myself where I'm not kind of on strong painkillers, and I'm not kind of going to cause myself any long-term damage. In a lot of respects, I'm proud that I have done the kind of mental health work that I chose to stop. But at the same time, it stings. You know, I place so much emphasis on this challenge, both as a person, both as a healing journey, and yeah, like anybody who has kind of had a setback, had a DNF for whatever reason, it really hurts, you know. So I kind of want to lean into this side of things, and I'll do a collection of videos on these side of things and talk about my experiences, and maybe if you've had similar experiences with similar races, whether that's building up to the race, injured during the race, or for whatever reason can't finish that race, then maybe we can connect and talk about that, because ultimately it's a very real thing of this sport, unfortunately, and any sport really, and just life in general. So the one thing I kind of want to reiterate is just thank you. You know, thank you for all your kind words. Thank you for your comments on the videos, your comments on the posts, for following and subscribing to this channel. It means more than you'll ever know. And thanks for being a part of this journey, because ultimately it just means the world to me. And by no means is this the end of it. I will rebuild, I will get stronger, and I will come back, and ultimately I will do this DECA challenge, whether it be next year or in years to come. It will happen, I can promise you that. And if there's anything you guys will learn about me, is I am very determined, and like yourselves, I try my best, and unfortunately this was out of my hands. And like I tell my clients, all you can do is control the controllables. Doesn't mean it doesn't sting or hurt any less. It's just the reality. All we can do is control what we can control, and then everything else is up to God or up to fate, depending on what you believe, you know. So thank you for watching. Please let me know your comments in the comment section, and I'll speak to you again soon with a follow-up video about my thoughts and feelings. Take care.